Aliens, we're having yet another Warframe tutorial. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about the planet Ceres. Like I said before, this is the part where it's starting to get interesting. We have more content to get into that's a bit more diverse. There's actually going to be one other thing on planet Earth we're going to be doing, which is Oro and how to defeat Counselor Vey Hek, aka one of the biggest assholes in the Grenier faction, the most irritating to listen to, as his voice is about as pleasant to listen to as his face is to look at. If you have seen him. Veteran Warframe players, you'll know what I'm talking about. But anyway, no, we're going to be doing this mainly a planet at a time. I know before I kind of, with, say, the bosses of Venus and Mercury, I kind of had them a separate aside. I actually am going to have the entire planet together, all the content pertaining to that, all the content pertaining to that planet together in one video with a couple of other little tidbits alongside with it, because that way we'll be able to move swiftly along through all the content that's been put out so far, and we'll be able to catch up with whatever's out, because DE, the developers of this game, really love to pump out content at the speed of Mach 27, so we got to go Mach 28 just to keep up with them. So, like I've said in the past, these tutorials are more or less to help starters to go out and if to figure out where the hell they're supposed to go, what they're supposed to do. I take the already very little tutorials of this game and explain it better in detail, because there's some parts of this game that they don't really explain that well. So, but if you've already followed up to this point, you kind of already figured that. So, you've gotten to Mars, you've gotten all the way up to Ceres, and you're going to, just like any other planet, clear out all these nodes. You'll be able to work your way around, get all of them done, and then you have, we're going to take a look at the Jupiter junction real quick. Complete the Archwing quest that is actually required. I actually recommend you get that done the second you have it unlocked unto you. You actually should have gotten at the Mars junction back on Earth. If you have that done, you should be able to start using the Archwing launcher back on the planes. You'll be able to do all the Archwing missions, which I recommend doing. You get nifty stuff from them and all that. Defeat Vor and Lich Krill on Exta on Ceres. That's going to be something we're going to be looking at very soon. Survive 10 minutes or more on Draco Ceres. Draco Ceres is a survival. You can actually do whenever it has a mission like that, or like a nightmare mission on top of it. You can always choose whether you want to do the normal mission or whatever. So, to do 10 minutes on Ceres, so you go, or in Draco. So survival, it's really easy. Just go around and murder everything. Um, Again, in a big squad is best to do it and all that. Defeat a prosecutor on Ceres. Okay, this one is going to be irritating. Prosecutors is a very special Grenier unit that can only be found on Ceres. Ceres is a Grenier waste manufacturer planet. They took the planet and made it into like a gassy sewage waste filled planet that is also a manufacturer for their spaceships. It's kind of like a shipyard kind of thing. And because of this, it's a very vital thing to their faction. So they have one of their strongest ground units, which are the Prosecutors. They will actually, you can actually tell these guys apart, which I will actually show you what they look like, because I have scans of them in my universe. Let's see our factions, Grenier, Prosecutors. Okay, so the Prosecutors, these guys are basically elemental wardens. They have ice and fire, they have poison, and electricity on them. And these guys are a lot tougher. They use a double-ended clubbed spear, or a double clubbed um, weapon, bow staff type of, and they really hurt. But they do not have any vulnerable frames. They are just walking beefcakes, so they kind of take a bit of an ass kicking. Um, they are relatively irritating to beat because, one, you have to find the fuckers, and two, you have to kill the fuckers. Either way, they're irritating. They're more irritating to find than they are to kill. Again, only on Ceres. I don't know for sure what way to find them. Um, I've read somewhere on Reddit that the spy missions and the not exterminates, the spy missions and sabotages do good. I've read on Twitter that mobile defenses do good. I've seen on the forums that even Draco is good. It's a crapshoot. In all honesty, I will be pure out blunt with you. It is a crapshoot to try and find one of these fuckers. But the good news is that once you do find them, before you even see them, the Lotus will say something something. They sent a prosecutor. Be careful. Something something. The Lotus will actually tell you if there's one around or not. Okay. So, it's been such a long time since I've had to find them. So, my best bet is uh, I'd say try and do sabotages. Sabotages are mobile defenses because they tend to stick near the objectives, and if you have more objectives in the mission, you seem to have a better chance of finding them. I don't know. You can go to Wiki. You might find a better tip there. So, um, I'm sorry I can't be much more help than that, but they are on Ceres. They will not be anywhere else. And I showed you what they look like, so good luck to you on that. So let's actually look into the boss or bosses of Ceres. See, Ceres does not have an original boss. It used to, and it used to be just Lich Krill. But they moved him to where now Lich Krill and Captain Vor is Ceres. Now these guys, they're basically the exact same thing with a little bit more health, and you have to fight them both at the same time. So, like Lich Krill in the previous, it's best to use either Iron Skin on Rhino, or if you have Zephyr, if you're in a clan and you have Zephyr by now, you can find Zephyr in the Tenno lab. Either one works. Your main objective when you take down Lich Krill on Ceres and or on Mars, but this time on Ceres, it's always best to go and have some form of good defense. So squads are always best to take these guys down, as you don't really have to worry so much about them. Armor. Very nice. Okay.
Foolish Standard, do you realize your Lotus has sent you?
Right. So, it's ass whooping time.
And Krill are waiting for you.
These guys are going to be a bit tougher, but your best bet is to take down Vor first. And just like on Mercury, he'll go down once, summon a few dudes. Oh, you gotta find him again. Where the hell is he? Where'd he go? There he is. Kick his ass again. It's always best to keep a tag on him so that way you can always see where he is. He'll go down a second time and he'll summon more people as I get knocked the fuck down. Excuse me. He'll get back up a third time and he's dead. Now you contend with Lich Krill. Again, just like in the last video, you contend by shooting him in the back. Get close enough to where he uses his hammer on you, because you want to stay close enough to where he doesn't use his hammer, or where he doesn't use his guns. It's best to use his hammer rather than his guns, because his hammer is a lot more much easier to bring down and dodge. Just keep shooting him in the back. Come on. Sometimes it likes to be stubborn. Sometimes you may not be able to bring him down. He's irritating. Just keep shooting the damn hose on him. Okay, I'm using my arc bolt though. There we go. Pop the other one. Alright, now he's pissed. Come on, swing your bloody hammer. There you go. Yeah, get all pissy. Get all pissy. Come on. And there you go. Okay. Alright, well, we kicked both their asses, and it's time to leave. So, the really nifty thing about this boss.
Let's get out of here.
The really nifty
Heads
thing
up.
about
A
this
Union
boss that I
assault
like.
is headed your way.
Okay. So, the really nifty thing I like about this boss is the fact that, like Mercury, you can actually farm 2 weapons on this boss. So I find where the hell I'm going here. There we go. Sometimes they like to lock the doors on you. You gotta find a console. Right. So, Summer Cord. I already got it, I'm pretty sure. Alright. Sometimes Summer Cord fragments and Cephalon fragments spawn in the same mission, so it's always good to look around. So the good thing about this mission that I like so much is the fact that you can actually get 2 weapons as well as a Warframe from this mission. And Twin Gremlins, as you see, we got that one, is 1. Now, Twin Gremlins is a blueprint all on its own. You don't need to farm any extra parts, it's just a blueprint. And then there's also the Frost set you have to farm, which is the chassis, which we got, and then all you need is the helmet and the systems, and boom, you're good. You just got to go buy the blueprint from the... Oh yeah, pissed off the stalker. Um, just go buy the blueprints in the market. Just go to Warframes, you just go around and pick one and buy the blueprint and farm up the parts, and you're good. The other weapon is the miter. Once we actually go and find it, we got to go weapons. It's a primary weapon, and this is actually a buzzsaw weapon. The miter. You can actually find that from the exact same boss that we just got done fighting, Lich Krill and Vor, and it's a buzzsaw gun basically, and it does very decent damage. I like it. It does very good damage. And the thing about this is that you will, if you want to have one of miter and one of the extra gun that it can turn into, you will want to farm 2 sets of this. You'll need, I believe, let me give a quick check here. Oh, excuse me. The miter takes 1 blade, 1 stock, 1 barrel, and 1 handle. And as for the blueprint, if I'm not mistaken, yes, you can actually go blueprints for this weapon. Okay, so the blueprints, the handle, the saw or the blade, and the stock all have to be farmed from that boss. And the thing is that if you want to, you can actually take this weapon, get the blueprint for another weapon called Panthera. And this is another buzzsaw gun, but is a much more damage dealing one, kind of. It's a different. It has a. Actually, I don't really know what the difference is between this one and the other one. In all honesty, I have really no experience between the two. I mean, I do, but I don't, because I have mastered both. But it has been at least 2 years since I've seen or used either one of them. I know both of them are extremely good, but in order to get the or get the Panthera, you have to use the miter because it takes the miter to build it. So that's a thing. Um, but yeah, there's all that, and you go in and you do the Jupiter junction. All right. Now that you've completed Ceres, you'll work your way on down to Jupiter. Now, Jupiter Junction is a interesting one. Note how, or remember how I said in the past that a junction is basically a mini boss specter of the Warframe that you can farm on the next planet that you're going to. So if we fought the boss in Jupiter, it would be a specter or a mini boss version of the frame that we can farm in Jupiter, right? So thing is that this one will be a Warframe called Valkyr. Now, the thing is that Valkyr has an ability that turns her invulnerable. She cannot be hurt, she cannot be damaged, and she is a real pain in the ass to bring down if you do not know what you are doing. She's not your average frame to try and fight. Let's put it that way. So we'll actually go in and we'll show you how to take her down because I've seen numerous people go in and try and fight her and think they have her, and then all of a sudden she turns invulnerable. They think it's a glitch and they don't know how to bring her down. They get frustrated and they can't go any further. And this is simply not the case. This is just a matter of misunderstanding.
How dare you enter my home? I guard the rail with my shadow life.
Right. Well, in any case, you go in. She's going to use her guns and all that. She does a fair bit of damage. Get close enough to her. She likes to use her grappling hook to try and get around the terrain. The best way to stay behind cover when she uses her guns. Yep, there she goes. She used her ultimate. That is when she turns invulnerable, just for a little bit. Okay? When she turns invulnerable, okay, her health bar will turn gray. You will not be able to bring her down. But the good thing is that when she turns invulnerable and she uses that war cry of hers, she forgoes her guns. She cannot attack you from afar. She will have to get close to you because she turns and grows claws. So that being said, once she gets done with it, you bring her down. It's always good for the headshots. She does a decent amount of damage, but stay behind cover, stay away from her when she roars, and shoot her from afar. That's your best bet. And another good way to help you survive is if you can use your armor skin. I didn't perhaps on this one. Probably should, but there was that. So, but anyway, there's that. That's how you take care of Valkyr. Alrighty. Now, one final note, and that is how to bring down, um, how to bring down Vey Hek, Counselor Vey Hek. Now, Counselor Vey Hek, for one, there's a couple of requirements, or one requirement actually, but the second one's kind of optional. My advice as a requirement actually. The main requirement is that you have to be Master Rank 5 before you can get to him, or actually enter that mission. Uh, that is actually mandatory. Second one is not really mandatory, but I kind of suggest it. Is that you want to have either a decent squad to go in and take them down, have a clanmate or a friend, or just ask someone in recruitment chat to help you bring them down, or B, if you want to fight them yourself, I recommend at this point in time you should have a rhino Make sure you have energy restores, which you can find in the store. You can go to equipment. Ignore the boosters. Where? Let's see here. Energy. Yeah, energy restores. You can do mediums. You can build them and equip them into your gear. Use them in the
Operator,
middle of the
did you hear
mission,
that?
and they'll
It
help
said,
restore your energy. You can do for health and ammo
cosmic
and shields
background
as well.
radiation is a riot.
Um, you want to use a rhino, and you'll want to have decent aim. An automatic weapon, say like the Bratton, will be very good. If you have, if you can get a hit scan um, weapon or an AOE weapon, that'll help. The Amprex is very good. I don't know if you can actually get to the Amprex by now or not, but the Amprex does very good. Quanta does very good. You may not know what that
Operator,
one is
you
yet.
have remembered well how the
Um,
Tenno arm themselves.
but yeah, that's a good one. Um, actually, to bring down him, I wonder. Let's see here. Uh, weapons. What? Oh, that's Warframes. God dang it. Weapons. Oh, where is the Ignis? Ah, pain in the ass. Okay, here we go. Ignis Wraith, or the normal Ignis. Where the hell can you find the Ignis? The fuck? Ken Lab. That's why. Okay, so Ignis. The one of the best weapons you could use is actually at Master Rank 5, and it's actually one of the best weapons you can use for Vey Hek. It is a flamethrower. You'll have to get it inside. Um, you'll have to get it inside a clan. Go to the chem lab, pick up a blueprint, and build it. It is a flamethrower. It's a hit scan, which basically means its projectiles is AoE as it flies through. So if it gets near any hit boxes, it'll hit it automatically. You don't have to automatically aim at it, just aim in its general direction. So Ignis is actually one of the best ways to bring it down. So for this one, I'll actually just use my Ignis Wraith simply because how to fight him is just irritating, even for someone like me. He's just irritating to do. So for simplicity's sake and showing all of you guys, I'll use my Ignis Wraith. So, to bring down this guy, get Master Rank 5, go in here, and you will kick some ass. Now, one other thing to be noted in all things. Oh, excuse me. And is that when you fight this guy, he... Oh, god dang it. God dang it. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thought. Okay.
Ballistics and archaic weapons. Crude and dangerous. Just like the Grenier.
Alright, gonna go down this little water slide.
Do not think we are done here, Tenno.
Okay.
I knew this day would come. I prepared, changed myself. I made sacrifices. Tenno, are you ready for a sacrifice?
No, I'm ready for you to shut the hell up, though.
Now we finish this business once and for all.
Right, so this guy is irritating as hell because not only is he invulnerable, you have to wait for his faceplate to actually be open, and I don't know why the hell he's down here. The other thing is that if he gets too close to you, he'll actually sap your energy. He'll give you a magnetized proc, and he'll sap your energy. See how his faceplate's not open? You have to wait for him to open up his faceplate. Hey, normally he likes to fly higher, so I guess I'm getting lucky. He summons. All the while, you got other little dudes trying to shoot at you. Of course, I kind of got rid of them earlier. I got my armor on, so he can't really do that much to me right now. But I don't have enough energy because he keeps sapping me. So if he breaks my armor this time, I'm going to be kind of screwed. There he goes. He has two phases. One is this thing, and one is the next thing, which is a little turkey frame. We call him Turkey Frame. The nice thing is about his Turkey Frame is that he doesn't have invulnerability frames. He doesn't have any invulnerability at all. Just go over there and kick his ass. He's a bit more tanky, though, but he does like to jump. There we go. There we go. Kicked his ass. Getting scans of random shit for some reason.
Should be a long time before we hear
But there you
Vey
go.
Hek's ugly voice again.
That's how you kill him.
You've earned it.
He gets as irritating as he looks. Trust me. But that's how you kill him. He's probably one of the more irritating bosses to bring down. By far, he's one of the most irritating bosses. So, but yeah, once you bring him down, and you'll have to farm him numerous times in order to get all the parts for Hydroid. But Hydroid's a very useful frame, a very fun frame, at least for me anyways. So I really do believe it's worth it. So, but yeah, that's how you bring that down. And once you get Hydroid from Earth, and you complete everything on Ceres, you are officially done with Earth and Ceres, which is excellent job and excellent progress. Well done. Next time, when we come up with this, we will go on to Jupiter. This is where some of the lore and the story start to kick in. Technically, all the lore and story start kicking in as soon as you start doing the quest. It begins right at the beginning of the game, but it's right when at Jupiter is right when the lore really begins to start making sense and kicking in and all that, and we'll explain that later. We'll explain that later. I'm actually thinking about having my buddy of mine, Ultima, to I guess kind of have a lore explanation with this as a separate series for those who don't fully understand the full story of Warframe just yet, because the lore is kind of helter-skelter. A lot of it you'll find in, say, the trailers to the Prime Warframes. Some of it you'll find in the Codex. Some of it you'll find in the forums. It's all helter-skelter. None of it's all in one big place like it really should be. Gets really, 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 really irritating. So, but he knows more on the lore than I do. I know the actual game and all of its mechanics much better, but he knows the lore a hell of a lot better than I do. So, I don't know. Just a thought. You guys give me feedback on that. You tell me what you know and what you think on that idea, if you're interested on that or not. So, but anyway, I'm going to leave this
Everything
one
in
here. Thank you
orders,
everybody for
operator?
watching.
Is that a pun?
No,
Hmm.
I'm not a
I'm gonna
pun.
attempt to bypass
I'll
this
pun
fault.
that ass the fuck out my screen. Thank you. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, leave some feedback down in the comments below. Hit that like button. We know that you actually got something out of this, or if you just flat out like the video, because that's always a thing. Hit the subscribe button, become part of the Helion family, and make sure you have that notification bell on, because it will let you know whenever new content is out. Thank you everybody for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. And as always, I hope to see all of you in the next one. Toodles!